Greetings, people. Greetings. Mega love shout out to everybody. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Greetings, greetings. I tell this 1 year podcast. And we there. We give thanks for life and life eternal. Big up to everybody. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, so today we're gonna talk about Christ. We're gonna talk about the Emperor. And we're gonna talk about Rasta, Haile Selassie, which is the Emperor Haile Selassie. So reasons being, today we're saying that Emperor Selassie was priest, prophet, and king. Priest, prophet, and king. But he was not God. Let me say it again. He was priest, prophet, and king, but he was not God. So how you come to that conclusion, my brother? How you come to that conclusion? Well, we come to that conclusion by, first of all, life itself tell you, no man can be God. Only God can be God. And if him send him son, then you know same son must can do some works where God can do. That time son. If he not send nobody, everybody else is a man. Them is not God. Some of you might ask that, all right, if him is not God, then why we say he is God? Why Rasta say he is God? Now, we live in a day where Rasta has gone more than 50 years, you know, and Rasta has come to revelations through prophecy, through life experience, and through revelations of what is to come. And I can almost say definitely not all Rasta are in unison with the ideology that Selassie was God. And I can back it up. I can back it up. Left, right, and center. Not all Rasta are in unison with the ideology that Selassie is God. Why is it so? Because number one, look how many mansion is in Rastafari. In the church, they call them denomination. In Rastafari, they call them mansion. You have mansion at Bobo, you have mansion at Nyabingi, and then you have mansion, messianic mansion, the Christ to come. So right then and there, you can see the difference in Rastafari. You can see the difference amongst what? More than so, there is this division and ideology difference, doctrinal difference. And many still say Rastafari. Why them say Rastafari? Even though there's doctrinal difference. Because without a doubt, unisonly, Rastafari can say he is priest, prophet, and king. Doctrinally differences, Rastafari can say he is God. And some will say no, he's not God. But them all say Hail Rastafari. Because out of Rastafari come different revelations where man have to really look into themselves and man have to say, really say, all right, Rastafari say he is God and some say he is not God. But without the revelation, we couldn't even say if he is God or without or he's not God. Them show with the way because him look like we and we look like him. That is what Rastafari do for the world. Open the eyes of men that them should have little pride and dignity about themselves. Yeah. Open the eyes of men that them can function in a world where there is a lot of segregation and manipulation. Yeah. And still come right back to the center of it all, Christ. And this is how come Rastafari have so many divisions. Them have a lot of division, a lot of confusion in a Rastafari. And a lot of people get chastised because of the truth. A lot of people get chastised because of the truth. And the truth is the truth, and it cannot be deterred. And it cannot be rewritten because it's already written. You see me? People need to understand this, you know? And people need to get this in them mental. What is the truth is the truth. Cannot be rewritten. It cannot be told again. No other way. Even Selassie himself belonged to the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. Selassie sent Abuna to Jamaica. I don't know if it was the 70s or the 60s. And he opened a church. And Selassie was crowned by the church. He did not get crowned no other way. The church coronate Selassie and keep him under the church as a fellowship within the church, a fellowship within the church, and keep him in the church and crown him, and he became head of the church. These are all facts, right? All of these things are facts related. Now, I don't know why certain Rasta are dance around the wordings and the teachings, because even in the Ethiopian Bible, they talk of the Christ. And talk of the Christ. And the Christ come way long before Selassie come. And Selassie himself even talk about the Christ. Okay? Many a video upon YouTube, many a video out there I talk about it. And himself talk about it. That is just the plain facts. Him grandchildren them talk about it. The videos out there. Him son, him grandson, them talk about it. The videos that are out there. Yeah? Big up yourself, Altocan. There is no reason for division and confusion. There is no reason for people to be upset when Selassie himself tell we the church is the pinnacle, right? And Christ is the head. Now, if you ask me then why him say him is King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the power of the Trinity, I can't answer that. Because I don't care what language you speak, if you know, if that is the translation, I don't care what language you speak, why you take on the title. You take on me feeling take on the title because in a for them culture, it still symbolizes Christ as a head. Because there's no way you can read the Bible and then you go say you're power of the Trinity and you're King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And you know, say, you know, even do the works where Christ do. What are the works? Miracle, sign, and wonder. Right? You don't even do the works where Selassie do. I mean, where Christ do. You don't even do the works. Two different type of works. Selassie did prophetic works. Jesus did all three works. Priest, prophet, and king. Lord of lords and King of kings. Raise the dead. Heal the sick. Open the eyes of the blind. Feed the hungry. Yeah? There's many comparisons that are different in nature, in life, between Selassie and Christ. There is no comparison. None. They're different. You understand? And how it become to the point where it become is because of the oppressors were did in the earth. Yeah? That's how it come to the point where it come now, where you find a group of black people in the Caribbean start to worship God in the image of Selassie. Because they couldn't fathom the state of the human race, the black human race, and all of its problems. And nobody's lending a listening ear. And then all of a sudden, now this man from Ethiopia, who can trace them bloodline back to Solomon, Queen of Sheba, to the root of Jesse, David. Them can trace them bloodline and say, okay, we are a part of the chosen. This is facts. And at the same time, being a part of the chosen now, them just add on to it now them as salvation. This is our salvation. Listen, Selassie did prophetic things. League of Nations, 400 hectare acres of land set aside for the diaspora. Shashamani instituted educational programs, instituted medical facilities. Hold on, people. Yes, brother.
Pull out for a minute. I take the car out and you come back.
Yeah, no problem. This is where you're going, this guy? Yeah, all right. You gonna move up a little bit? Let me come out.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So these are the things where make it difficult for some people to understand. Forgive me, I gotta do a little adjustment. But we're gonna have a conversation today about the situation. Hey brother.
Yeah.
When you get a chance. Some more ice. Yeah, you finish?
Man, I don't know if I have more ice, man.
Okay.
Let me check.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna have a conversation, my people. Bear with me. All right, thank you, man. Yeah, we're gonna have a conversation, people. You just bear with me, people. Yeah, so these are the things that make it very difficult when you have people. Because even now to this day, which makes no sense. You know, right for teaching, and if there's any right for teaching, you kind of segregate yourself from society. We're out there. You know, these people who seclude themselves and then gone into hello my dear, how are you? Blessings. Who are out there in the world, yeah? And you know, them have them following, you know, them not willing to share the knowledge or even the teachings and really get into some scriptural studies about liberty and all these things. They just want you follow. We're not a follower, so to speak. You know, I have to study, I have to do research, I have to put these things in the right context and the right frame. Yeah. I have to be able to discern to see if it is truthful. Yeah. These are the things that make sense. These are the things that make sense. What is truth? What makes sense? Right? Especially in this day and age where people think a lot. People are constantly thinking what is right from what is wrong. So they don't want to be led astray. Because if you're led astray, them say jump off of over the moon, you try to jump over the moon. Eh? And this is why I have a problem with certain prophetic teaching too. Because prophetically speaking, certain doctrine you have to put in the right context. Right? Remember, everything that was spoken for today, tomorrow, and in the future. So all that was spoken as its proper dispensational alignment, right? A lot of things have its dispensational alignment. And when you have your dispensational alignment, it not necessarily means it going to happen today. It is to come. So how can a man say certain things and believe say you just going to follow because you're a robot or take it as full face value? You have to like, all right, even the King James Bible where you see people are run down nowadays. Before everybody was so fascinated with the Ethiopian Bible. Everybody focused on King James. King James Bible did rule for centuries. Yeah. And then even so the King James Bible ruled for centuries, right? The Orthodox Ethiopian Bible was the primary source for a lot of the doctrine that we know today and hold very in high regard. But why didn't they just say the Ethiopian Orthodox Bible? Why them change it to from that to King James Bible? right? That is a big question. Why they change the Ethiopian act? Not to say they couldn't translate it properly into English or Latin, because it was translators even in them time. The people travel the world. But what them chose to write it, they wrote it in a way so that people would not be of color, would not be encouraged to kind of question the truth. You might remember, and so it is even unto today. You go to these churches or certain denominational or certain mansion, and they just read the word of God. Them say them is this, them is that. Nobody want to question the truth. Nobody want to put it in the right context. You see me? And nobody want to be indoctrinated falsely either. Because number one, you waste time. You waste a lot of time. You indoctrinated falsely and you find out say this is not the truth, you waste a whole lot of time. Number two, you feel as if your life not have no meaning because now everybody is a liar. Right? Everybody is not truthful. Well, it's sad mistake because that is really sad. You should never feel that way. It was just a stepping stone, right? It was a stepping stone. All right, listen, you're talking to somebody that I know about time. I know definitely about time. The time now is 12:29 Eastern Standard Time. I know about time. I don't waste time in life. I pray to God I don't waste time in life. And all waste timers, let them scatter. You know what I'm saying? Or not scatter. Go along about yourself. You know what I mean? Life is not for wasting. Life is not for wasting. Yeah. And I pray say you don't you waste not your time. You know. Try to be vigilant when it comes to the truth. Try to be vigilant. And always seek out the truth if possible. You know, always seek out the truth if possible and verify it and vilify it. You know what I mean? Don't make people take you and make you a sample. You know, and be careful who's giving you this truth too, because a lot of them too are not truthful. If you get my meaning, a lot of them are camouflage. You know what I mean? Camouflage, ready to just keep you under them spell. You know, and have you as a yo-yo, you know, puppet masters. You know, it's very discouraging when people where take God word, where it's supposed to be pure. It's supposed to be pure. God word supposed to be pure. Right? God word is supposed to be pure, non-confrontational. Even sometimes it's confrontational, but mostly confrontational to the individual himself, because if he's reading it to himself, you know, nobody to blame except God. But somebody who giving you the word is supposed to be non-confrontational. Is the word is supposed to be rightly divided. You know what I mean? Rightly divided. That means it's balance. Not leaning one way, not leaning to the other way, but balance. Yeah? That is the reason why we don't have any perfection in a Christ. Or increasing them, put it that way. We don't know perfection. Hello, Christian creation. Hello, how are you? It is very heartbreaking sometimes, I'm telling you. Because when you look at how we are disorganized and we're not centralized and focused on Christ and focused on Christendom and the people of God are here and there and everywhere. The mansion them segregated left and right, right and left. Them segregated. Eh? And you might wonder why they call it mansions, right? Because Jesus did say, in my father's house there are many mansions. So now that's why we have mansion. You let them take it overboard. Eh? You take it so overboard for. You feel me? All of the overboard thing is not necessary. You know what I mean? It ain't mean say you forgot start a church here and start a church. A denomination out here, a denomination out here. Eh? It hard. Hold on 1 minute. Give thanks. Hold on 1 minute. Believe what they believe because they're indoctrinated with hate and not love. They're indoctrinated with bitterness and not kindness. Yeah? And they believe because they are afraid of the reality that God is not a man. They're afraid of the reality because man you can sit and reason with, man you can shout, man you can love, man you can hate, but God is infinite, He's omnipotent, and He don't choose on no side. He deal with the heart. He deal with the heart of men. From your heart in the right place, gotta deal with you accordingly, the right way. That is the truth. Yeah? Him say, how can you enter into the kingdom of heaven? That was what David said. How can you enter into the kingdom of heaven? And God answered him, he said, ye that have a clean heart and clean hands. Or clean hands and a pure heart. Same thing. Right? Your heart is the focus of God. When God deal with man, it's the heart him a deal with. If you notice, when Jesus walked the earth, when Christ walked the earth, the Messiah, he said he didn't come to nobody else but the children of Israel. He come to them first. And the reason he said that is because he wanted to deal with the heart. The children of Israel them turned to the pagan gods and because of the king, right? In the king caused the problem which caused the kingdom to split because them turned to these pagan gods. Yeah. And then God said, your heart is not in the right place. I will take the kingdom from you. Because that was the number one goal in rule, in the commandments. Yes. He said, Thou shalt have no other God except the Lord God Jehovah. So that is why when Jesus come, when the Christ come, he said, I come to the children of Israel because them heart was not in the right place. So I come to reveal unto them these things. And this is how Israel now get rebellious and end up crucifying. And because they crucify him, yeah, we have now all this confusion in the world. Yeah. But the bottom line was, which the topic is. So let's see, was a Christian. Him say so. Himself. But because we have so much disunity and bitterness in the earth, Rasta take it to another level and call him God. Which is understandable. It's understandable. I'm not saying you have a right to believe what you want to believe, but is it the truth? Yeah. Is it the truth? Hello, amazing. You're so amazing. You really are amazing. How are you? Is it the truth, brethren? Is it truth, Rasta? 100% undeniably. Is there any comparison or is there no comparison? Did he perform any of the works? Did he liberate the whole earth? He not gonna just liberate one set of people because he say him already come for the Israelite them and them reject him. But when he come back, he might come for everybody. He liberate them and take them to higher planes, higher heights. Did Selassie do that? No, Selassie was prophetic in his works. He was priest, prophet, and king. But he was not the Christ. You know, raise not dead, you know, open the eyes of the blind, you know, heal no sick. He no chastise no Pharisee and no Sadducee. He never do none of that. Him step up in the League of Nations and in talk and he say we must be organized and centralized. Yes. Which is truth. And him seek assistance from England for the war that they go on. Now, if you use the power of the Trinity, where the power there, where you did have. Eh? If you have to have massage people ears so them can listen to what you have to say. Where is the power where you have? When God speak, you know, and when Christ speak, everybody listen regardless. You don't have no, you don't have to beg no massage to make your ears hear what you have to say. When you speak, everybody listen. Yes, my dear, big up yourself. I'm gonna come down there, Palm Boston Beach, come check you one time. Maybe one time, just one time. But I don't want boxer hold me. All right? I'm gonna check you one time and heal up everybody and eat two fish. All right? Yes. All right. Big up yourself. Hold on, people. Hold on 1 second. It's my people. So this is the reality of the Christian world. It is the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? And it's the reality of what we up against today. Because a lot of doctrine out there and people don't want to take the time to do them research. Yes. But me I go come back later. Me have to pick up Dada now. Dada come from the hospital. I just wanted to touch base with you guys and let you know say God is great and all is well with Italis. And Yeah, me love when I like cook food, you know. But don't be discouraged. Keep going, you know. Keep holding on, and we'll make it there. All right. I will talk to you guys later. Love you know. Big up, amazing. Big up everybody in the chat. You know what I mean? Keep pushing, keep going on. It's a hot day out here, man. Oh my God, it's so hot. It's like 80 something. Anyway, we talk. All right. Love you know. Bye.